Hey, this is Dying Fetus, and you're watching Search and Destroy. Well, we actually have a new album out right now called Descend into Depravity on Relapse Records. So now we're in a touring cycle. So we're always working on new stuff, but right now we're focusing on getting out there, playing the new album for people, and trying to win some new fans over. There may be something coming up. Maybe. This year. Maybe.
Yeah, it's hard to say how we would catalog it, but just like it's slightly faster, a little more technical.
Best production.
Best production,
so.
Definitely, but more old school caveman riffs involved in it, more than the last album anyway. Steve Wright from Right Way Studios, he engineered and produced the latest album. So it's the first time we worked with him. And in the past, it was different, where mainly it was John and Steve Carr. And now at the latest album, where he went to a new studio. So, and we, definitely happy with it after we came on. So,
working with Steve was great. Very patient, very professional, very diligent. He was a cool, really, really laid-back dude. All the people over at Right Way were very professional, nice, great people to work with. Definitely took the time to really work on getting good sound. So, and I think it comes through on the album. It really shows.
I don't think we ever consider ourselves that, but if people give us credit for it, we'll take that, pretty much. So, band cites us as an inspiration. That's always cool, but I don't think you can ever consider yourself anything, really. You are what you are, and other people make those decisions.
It would be kind of arrogant to just go and say, well, yeah, they ripped off us. But no, they didn't. They were inspired. Just like we were inspired by bands before us. So you're ultimately, you are a product of your inspiration. So if they thought it was cool and they emulate it, that's awesome. I don't know, Faceless is cool. Faceless, that band's really good. Anybody you like?
Yeah, I always say this, a lot of bands do something well, but I don't want to name out anybody, to tell you the truth. So, I won't. Cool. John has somebody.
You like anybody?
I can't think of anybody right now.
It's kind of like when you go to the record store. You have all these things in mind, and then you get there and you forget about all the CDs you want.
This band consumes so much of our time. It's hard to worry about everybody else, and especially older now, it's not as hungry as once were, back in teenage years or whatever, trying to find out every little band, and so we got to just worry about what we do, and it's really time consuming. So it's we play with a lot of cool bands, so Obscura is cool, so many I can't even think of.
Oh, Beneath the Massacre is awesome.
Massacre, I don't know.
Practice mode too, where you're writing the album, you're recording the album, you start touring for the album, and then you're practicing when you pull out more old songs that you're going to do for the next tour. So you're not really listening to much. That's all you're doing is what you do. So you lose track a little bit after a while, I think.
Older bands, I've noticed the same thing. They're start losing, whatever, the desire to check out everything new, we'll say. Not to sound arrogant, it's just the way it is,
It's usually bands that we would tour with, that you really see how they are and see what they play, and you either get into them or you don't. And, that's the easiest way for us usually. Or festivals. Festivals is the one time where all of us get to walk around and see all kinds of bands.
Talk to your promoters. Get us to come back to South America. Let everybody know in your area that you want to see Dying Fetus, and we'd love to tour.
Full tour.
Yeah.
One show.
Absolutely.
More than one show. Full tour. Bring us back.
And check out the album on Relapse Records, Descend into Depravity. And check us out on our MySpace page, myspace.com/Dying Fetus, and relapserecords.com.
Search and destroy.